I think the thing I'm proudest of regarding creating the Spider-Man universe is the fact that people of all ages seem to love Spider-Man. And more than that, he's international. When I travel, any country I go to, people know Spider-Man and they come over to me and they're so warm and friendly and all they want to do is talk about Spider-Man. Well, you can just imagine if you've spent your life working on something and you find out that the fans love what you have done and can't wait to meet you at a convention to tell you how pleased they are with everything you've done and to thank you for what you've written and done for them creatively. It's an experience I can't even describe how wonderful that feels and how grateful that makes me feel. You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said. I think I know that guy. Look out!
I'm Stan Lee. I've been writing stories for the young generation for the past 30 years. During this time, I think I've learned a lot about what young people think. More importantly, I think I've learned a lot about what young people are. We're going to try to present a voice that somebody will listen to. The voice is needed. We hope it will be ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, Mr. Stanley. Stan was doing one of his panels, and they asked me to come up and just say hi to him. Felt a little goofy, but I came up, I shook his hand. I think the microphone caught it, but I whispered in his ear. I said, hey, they just wanted me to come up here and shake your hand, but while I'm up here, I want to say thank you. You saved my life. Because the life that I have today, there's a direct line to that first comic book to here.
Well, Stan's best creation was always Stan. As a creative figure is one thing. Stan as a personality was able to somehow tap into his own larger-than-life, self-effacing and self-aggrandizing at the same time personality.
As I would describe it, that P.T. Barnum aspect of him, it's just something he infused the group with, and it's something that the people who followed him have been able to kind of keep that energy going.
I think Stan Lee is going to be an icon, what he represents, what he was able to accomplish. He built American mythology because stories are really what stay with us.
Those characters that he created and what he infused Marvel, the brand, with have always shown through.
Even if they have superpower, they have to be believable. What they do has to be what any normal person would do in those situations.
And the idea that he championed all kinds of different voices, all kinds of points of view, and the concept of diversity and equality and conversations about, social politics, all these things he had been doing for years. And now it's at the forefront of everything that we talk about.
I just think he was just connected in that way, and he was connected to who his true audience was and who he was really writing for.
He complemented that with always being hopeful, with his own first-person personality of being Stan.
My earliest memories of Stan were reading those soapboxes. You felt like he was talking directly to you and no one else. What I didn't realize was that there was a kid behind me at the candy store reading the same thing, feeling the exact same way.
His ideology was very clear. It was very black and white, how to be good, how to treat people equally. And that's a really powerful impact, to lean into the light as much as you can, even if there's darkness all around you.
In writing the soapboxes, I used to just talk to the readers, anything that came to my mind, just to make the books not seem like something cold and aloof and something you buy and you throw away. I wanted them to feel buying a Marvel book was like visiting an old friend.
Without that, we wouldn't be experiencing the success we had today.
People like that, creative geniuses like that, you can't help but walk away learning lessons. they have a way of delivering messages that, you know, just resonate with those of us who have followed his work and followed the characters he's created.
He made it feel intimate and that anybody could belong to it. We're really lucky to have him really define us, because it's really given us something to move forward with.
There will never be a world without Stan Lee. He's the heart of the Marvel Universe.
All right, guys. Hey,
All right,
what is up, guys? What is up, guys? Give me a second to figure out what's going on with the
camera.
The camera's like super
choppy.
imposed right now. That is crazy.
Five.
I almost had it, guys. I almost had it today. I think I know what it is, though. Let me lower this resolution a bit. Down. Super lag. Sorry about that. That was my bad. I almost had everything ready to go for you guys. I put together that video montage like 2 minutes in. Hold on. There's one more thing. Maybe if I just turn it down. How about that? There you go. Oh, that's better. Much better.
I'm here.
You're here? Cool.
That looks better. Yeah.
There you go. Alright. Where did it jump? Why is everything changed up now? Okay. Oops. Mazel tov, right? Alright, guys. What is up? My name is Akasan. I'm around right now. And I am joined by Terry. I don't know if, can you guys hear me? Probably they can't hear me at all.
Can you hear me?
I think they can hear you, though.
If you can hear me, write Excelsior in the chat.
There you go. That's a better idea. We're bootlegging this shit. Like, we should have gotten a nice curtain, but we didn't. So, oh well. All right.
It's clear now. Yay.
Cool.
If you hear me, write Excelsior in the chat.
All right, guys. So what's up? My name is Akasan. I'm joined here by Terry. We are streaming right now for the Stan Lee Memorial Special Call-In Show, where you guys, I thought it'd be a good opportunity for you guys to go ahead and call in and let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how you're doing. We can talk about it a bit and see. The main thing I want to know is I want to make sure we don't have buzzing noise or anything like that, because I've been noticing in some of my streams that I'm getting like a lot of feedback and I don't like that. So let me know if that's you guys should be able to hear me fine, and I think all the levels are at its best right now. Let me pop it up just maybe a little bit more.
Well, I got all types of Excelsiors, so.
Excelsior! Excelsior indeed. Right? Because if I get right there, that should be fine. All right. So I just don't want to have any buzzing or anything like that, right? All right. So we're going to have a little bit of dream music in the back right there. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. All right, we're good? Everything is good? Oh, actually, no. All right, I can't play music right now. Sorry about that. All right. So, yeah, welcome to the chat, everybody. I am going to go ahead and read a few things about Stan Lee, and we'll give our commentary on Stan Lee. You guys will be able to call in just a bit. So Terry and I have actually been talking about this quite like even as like last year, 2 years ago or so. I think we were talking about like I remember when Stan came to Tokyo Comic Con the first time, and DC Sun was telling me like, "Yo, this is gonna be his last convention. Like this is gonna be the last time he's coming out because for a lot of people that don't know." Stan Lee is a road convention like war, like this dude is always out at the conventions. Like one of the main things I noticed was the fact that so many people have so many like photos when he passed.
Yeah.
So many people posted up those photos of him with that they've met him, and that goes to show just how dedicated I think Stan Lee was to meeting up with people. Yeah. And to be part of the fandom and expressing his fandom and everything. I don't think he needed the money. He just did it because he liked being around people. So I thought that was really cool to see that. So I guess, Terry, your thoughts right now on like where you were, how you found out, because we're in a different time zone as well. So
yeah, I woke up in the morning. When was it? 2 days ago? No.
Yeah, was it early in the morning? Yeah, like right when it happened? So it was about 5, 6 in the morning? Yeah.
Boom, jump online, you see it, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah.
I was not sad. Unfortunately, I'm one of those individuals that can handle death a little bit easier, especially when you know that it's a person's time.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly.
Stan Lee was 95 years old. His wife died last year.
Yeah.
And through my studies, I know that when it comes to married couples, when a wife passes away, the husband almost always passes away within the next 3 years.
That's true. Right.
Interesting to reverse. If he had passed first, his wife probably would have still lived on for a little extra.
Really?
It's just, I don't know.
Statistically.
Something about the science of love and emotion. But yeah. So,
yeah, and I think that was one of the other things. It's like we kind of saw like Stan's I wouldn't say deterioration, but mental state change a lot over the last couple of years. Like we saw in those montages that there was a lot of life to this dude early on. When he was at the conventions, he was doing a lot of stuff. But when we saw him at Tokyo Comic Con, like you were saying, it was weird because the last couple of years of his life were so tumultuous, with lots of drama and a lot of vultures kind of like aiming for his money, so to speak.
Specifically, it was the last, what were we in it? Last 11 months.
Right.
It was like 2008, like at the beginning of this new year, we started getting the stories about the nurse with the blood or something. Yeah. And like some, I don't know, and then problems with his daughter. Yeah. But all of that also kind of came after the passing of his wife, like
right.
Just, I don't know, without, the life partner around, people just started trying to come in and take advantage. But
it's a sad thing, but I definitely feel like I think, like you said, he bounced when he needed to bounce. In some sense, I think he's did everything that he wanted to do, and I think if anything outside of I think a lot of people don't really realize there's a lot of comic stuff that he was important for. Editor-in-chief of Marvel at one point in time. Then he became this legendary icon. And even before all the Marvel movies, because that's where, I think a lot of people just kind of know him as the pioneer of the Marvel guy that shows up in the comic books. I mean, in the comic book movies, right?
Yeah.
But what I remember him specifically from is being the editor-in-chief of Marvel and being that guy that did the intros. Hello, true believers. This is Stan Lee here for another amazing adventure of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he used to narrate all the cartoons I used to watch.
I listed them, actually, the ones that I remember.
Go for it. Yeah, tell us about it.
So the first cameo I remember
in the movies, or I'm talking about the animations.
In animation,
like he used to
stuff.
just narrate.
Yeah.
He was the guy that I remember watching the original X-Men shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote Pride of the X-Men. I had that on VHS. I think that was animated by Toei, or is it a Japanese company did the animation for.
Really? I don't know about that.
Either way, it was before the Fox X-Men. Pride of the X-Men was supposed to be it.
Okay.
It was a pilot, didn't work. They just published it on VHS, but he did the introduction.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that, and Wolverine was Australian, even back then.
Yes, yeah.
Or he was New Zealand or something like that. He had a really Aussie accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you have the Spider-Man PS1 game for me. He started off.
Really? Yeah, I'm seeing like Rogeri is chatting right now that Spider-Man 1 game was fully narrated by Stan Lee.
It was in the. It was by Activision. It was. It might have been the beginning of every level, but yeah, he narrated it.
That is cool.
Yeah. And then there was a what if mode where the Watcher narrates it instead. That's a cheat code. I remember that. And then obviously you got the Fox Spider-Man show. He was in there. He was in like the last episode.
Are you talking about the 90s one?
Yes.
Did he narrate that show?
I don't know if he narrated it, but he played himself.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
in another dimension.
Yeah.
And then lastly was the MTV Spider-Man. He played a character in the 3D CGI MTV Spider-Man. That was only for one season, I think.
Really?
He was in like the last episode, but he played a character. I think the second to last episode.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, he's been around, like, doing a lot of things, but...
The thing is his voice. You just know when you hear it. It's funny. I think I remember his voice before actually seeing his face. You know?
That's true. I can see that. And then that happens a lot, is like sometimes you just really don't know the person, but you're just like... I see him, and then when you hear the voice, you're like, okay. Yeah, that's why it was kind of a trip when we were watching the intros of, like, the little video montage. Like, I've never known, like, how he looks young. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, strapping and shit? Like, fuck.
I remember the first vivid cameo I remember the most, or I wouldn't even call it a cameo, because I feel like he was part of that movie, was Mallrats.
Okay, I saw that last night. I never seen the movie, but I was watching that scene. It's interesting. He played himself.
He basically played himself, which is kind of like, he's got
stands up straight, shoulders back. Like, he had a little bit of gray.
He kind of looked like a porn director or whatever. So it's like, which is funny because they're saying the guy that was in Glow, the guy that played Glow, the guy that was the manager in Glow, should probably do the movie. Version of Stan Lee.
I see.
Maybe I'll find it later. But yeah, that's what people were saying, was like he should play if they ever do a Stan Lee movie, he'd be the perfect guy. And I agree, he does really look like him already now. He looks like young midlife Stan Lee right now. Yeah. Really, like I'd be down for something like that for sure.
I'm curious if they did a movie about his life, how would they portray him? Like a Walt Disney-esque type character, because now that he's passed, he's kind of now a legend now, the legend of Stan Lee, just like how Walt Disney is.
Yeah, but see, Walt Disney had a particular side to him that was like, he marketed himself as a goody, like really clean cut type of dude. Stan Lee never hid from it. Yeah. Like everybody that really knows Stan Lee and like knew him before he got even older, knew that dude, like, I mean, the guy fucking wrote Barbarella or something.
Stripperella.
I
was gonna bring that up. Yeah, Stripperella. I had the DVD.
Yeah. Like no joke, man. That dude loved big-breasted white women all the time, man. Like there wasn't coincidence that half his cameos when he was young, he had two women around his arms. You ought to apologize. Come here, bitches, let's go. Like it's no problem. Damn. Read Brian Michael Bendis' article in the New York Times. He talks about how he couldn't even see or hear the movies anymore. So I could see that. Like, it was a little painful actually a few days ago to even look at some of these clips with Stan Lee in it. Yeah. It's rough. It's definitely rough, and I know a lot of people are kind of hurting out there and a bit emotional right now at that moment. So, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Cool. We got 83 people in the chat talking, watching right now. I appreciate it right now. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we do these call-in shows. Every week on Thursdays about this time. So I'm trying a new setup here. I don't know why my expensive Logitech camera with 60 frames per second looks like it's filming at 7 like
it's a surveillance.
4, yeah, right, like it's a surveillance convenience store thing right now. But my engineer dude was supposed to come yesterday and have this all set up, but it did not work out that way. So it is okay. One day we will. It does look a little bit better with the lighting and so, but it's still goddamn blurry. All right. So I'm going to list every cameo. Do you have actually a favorite cameo?
So that was gonna
in the movies.
That was gonna be a question because I think that's a two-pronged question.
Really?
Favorite cameo in general and favorite MCU cameo. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let me list them.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me list all the cameos that he's done. Damn, this is too long though. Okay. He was street. Wow. He was street art in Deadpool 2. So that's what happened.
Okay, because I don't remember seeing him. Yeah.
All right. He was a terrified homeowner in X-Men Apocalypse. He was this is the one I remember. Hot dog vendor X-Men.
Back in the day,
that was like
you'd have to like pause the DVD and look at the back like he's there.
Right.
Like what?
I remember that was good.
Yeah.
He was the water hose man in X-Men: The Last Stand. I do remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when the cameos were becoming more like I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
people were looking out for it at that time. Graduation guest in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The bus passenger in Doctor Strange. I do remember that. That was a pretty funny one. This one was one of my personal favorites of not being Larry King in Iron Man 2. Like, that shit was fucking funny. Like, I was laughing my ass off because I like those cameos where you're like, wait, was that? Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think Iron Man 1, he was Hef?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Tony Stark confused him for Hugh Hefner, which I could see that. No shit. Oh, okay. Got it. He was the dapper dog walker in Venom.
Okay.
I do remember that. So you saw
I saw it once. I don't remember.
So
I know he was in it.
He was in it, but then I forgot what he said, but he was talking to Eddie Brock, and then Venom was like, "Who's that guy?"
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
It was really quick, actually.
Okay.
Which is kind of weird because I'm like, there was a point where Stan Lee would only cameo in create things that he created.
Yes.
And I remember he said that about Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. People were like, "Oh, are you gonna cameo?" He's like, "Nah, I don't think so because I didn't create that one, so I don't want to overshoot it." But I think people just got so used to him being around, like it became a thing.
Yes.
And the creators of Guardians of the Galaxy, they were actually in the movie, but they were just more.
He was in Guardians though, the first.
Yeah,
one.
he was. I remember Rocket was talking all this shit
like
about him.
Chatting with an alien girl. I think so.
Yeah. What the fuck? Sam Raimi revealed that he didn't want Stan Lee in films. Jesus. Okay, I didn't know about that. Okay. You played Grandpa Frakes in The Concessionaries Must Die. I don't even know what that is. Like, damn. Okay.
Says something about a wannabe of the Clerks.
Right? Old Man Crossing and Daredevil. I do remember that one.
Yep.
That was when little Matt saved him and shit. Okay. He was the patent judge in Iron Man 3. This one I don't remember, actually.
I don't remember at all.
But I tried to forget Iron Man 3 as much as possible. All right. Professor Baker in Jugular Wine, Vampire Odyssey. See, I'm not even... Yeah. What? Man in the Fair in the first Spider-Man movie. I do remember that.
Yeah. I feel like they played that clip twice in the like.
They did actually, and then later in number 2,
Yeah.
They showed him just really grabbing somebody out the way. He was Willie Lumpkin in Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that. He's played a lot of delivery dudes. I think somebody even made a costume for him or something like that. Or I think what it was at Tokyo Comic-Con, Japanese people actually dressed up as a FedEx delivery dude with the beard and shit. It was really funny. He was the man dodging the debris in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, debris.
Yeah. Shoeless Patient. I love this one in Thor: The Dark World. This is when the professor is explaining shit.
Oh,
and
okay.
He's just
Yeah. He was going crazy.
And he questions. He's like, "Can I have my shoe back?"
Okay,
like that. All right. Three Stooges wedding in The Princess Diaries. Did not know that. Part 2. Okay. This is my personal favorite.
Strip club DJ.
He was a strip club DJ at Deadpool. like that's one that I feel like he really loved doing that one.
Yeah.
Man, look at all these titties. I love my life like that. Like that shit was great, dude. Like he was so ganky about that. Stan Lee played Stan Lee in The Ambulance. I don't even know. I heard this movie, I think, but The Ambulance.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was a dispatcher in Yoga Hoosers.
Yeah, that was Kevin Smith's more recent films. Apparently, it wasn't good.
Damn. All right. See, this is the deal. So we're going back to Raimi here. Raimi. He initially didn't want Stan Lee to cameo in Spider-Man films because he thought the idea of putting the writer in the play was a dumb idea. He warmed up to it though after Stan cameoed. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Raimi didn't want him to cameo in Spider-Man because he thought he wasn't a good actor. And
I don't believe that. Avi
Arad forced Raimi to do it, and the scene is now one of Raimi's favorite parts in a movie. That's funny. Avi finally did something right.
Who wrote that? Okay,
Darth.
Okay,
I trust him on that one.
Okay, because like if you watch the Raimi films, I mean, not everyone is a true thespian in there. Spider-Man, watch out!
Right?
Like,
it's a Spider-Man. Like there's that one dude.
It's very corny. So if anything,
right.
Stan fits right in.
Nah, he's perfect on that.
Yeah,
That's funny. Okay, so he was the Smithsonian security guard in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That was one of the good ones. Yeah, he is a good actor for that role. He's like, oh man, I am so fired, right? Yeah. Stan Lee, he just played Stan Lee in the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. I remember that.
People shit on that movie so much.
Yeah.
But I just love watching the Silver Surfer.
Jessica Alba get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great too. Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne played Silver Surfer.
The voice. Yeah. I just loved watching him fuck shit up. Like the Surfer was, I don't know, something about it. Even though the entirety of the movie was bad, but we need more of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember any of that movie. Here's one of the most notable ones recently, and I think it worked really well, was the FedEx driver in Captain America: Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I think that one works so well for me anyways is because that movie was so dark and so sad at the end that seeing Stan Lee pop up at that moment in time really helped bring us something else.
Yeah,
like
it gave us some levity. I mean,
yeah, just something like Tony Stank. I have a package for Tony Stank.
Yeah.
I mean, War Machine literally had a busted ass fucking back, and he was recovering and shit. So, thank you. I think I do some great impressions, Aka Universe. Excelsior! All right, continuing. We're almost there, guys. We're halfway there. What? Oh,
that's recent.
Interesting. He
Apparently
was
really
in. Stan Lee played himself in Teen Titans Go, the movies, to the movies. Okay, I have to watch that. Shrinking Car Door, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Did he say something about like I chose a great day to stop drinking or something? Like
No,
that?
no. Like he was like, my partying in the '60s is finally coming back,
all right,
or something.
yeah.
I'm paying for it, or
Yeah.
something like that. See, I barely remember.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
A lot of shenanigans in that movie.
Yeah. Milwaukee Man drinking from a bottle. Oh, the Incredible Hulk. I like that one. That was cool.
People don't give that movie the credit it deserves.
It's part of the MCU.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot too. The bus driver in Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
I love that one. But I like that entire scene. Was
yeah.
just great.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Ned, I need a distraction.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die! What, kids? You never seen a flying saucer before? All right. This one was good.
Mm-hmm.
The General in Captain America, the First Avenger.
I thought he'd be taller.
Yeah, that was great. I thought he'd be taller. This one always gets me the most because this was the beginning of the Avengers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the end of the Avengers. That score by, I believe, Alan Silvestri.
Mm-hmm.
That score in the wrap up makes me tear up so much because I'm a huge fan of the Ultimates. And the Ultimates really showcased how bad the destruction of the Hulk really is. And so they just did a really good job of showing just how fucking important the Avengers are in the MCU in New York. And to show a Stan Lee at the end of that was just so good. He's like, superheroes in New York? Give me a break.
Yeah.
I think he was also there was another scene he was in, but they deleted it.
Okay.
When Cap was Cap kind of had a thing with a waitress. They kind of put a romance thing in there where there was this waitress that he was trying to get with.
Okay.
And Stan Lee was giving him some advice.
I see. Okay.
But they just cut all that shit out, which was probably a good idea. Yeah. Security guard. Though he was a security guard at what?
Ang Lee's Hulk.
No, but he actually played a security guard.
Well,
okay.
He walked out with Lou Ferrigno. Yeah.
Right.
That's Eric Bana as.
I get it. Okay.
His character was walking in, and they were walking out, and he was saying something like, "I think we should beef up the security here." Like.
Right.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. The Oblivious Librarian. I think this one is probably one of the funnier ones people really like.
I didn't like it.
I know.
But then again, the movie itself, I was not the biggest fan of. But I was like, man, you can get more blatant than that. Like, boom, you know?
Yeah. But you know what? What I was thinking about was that that's his baby. I mean, Spider-Man. I think he always deserves to have the kind of over-the-top cameos in Spider-Man because that's his most notable and obviously Marvel's most popular character to date. So
wasn't the Lizard his first bad guy? I could be stretching. I was thinking if the Lizard was his first enemy, but I'm thinking of the '90s cartoon. I think about it.
You're right. Yeah. Not a first enemy. That's a good question, guys. What was Spider-Man's first enemy in the comic books? Interesting.
I don't know.
Himself.
Not stopping the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly. Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah! All right. Let's continue here. Xandarian Ladies Man. I do remember that shit. That was fucking great, dude. Where he was like this dirty ass old man and like Rocket just ripped on his ass. Stan the Man and Thor driving the truck. I like that one.
That's such an Americana scene too. Just
Yeah.
folks in the Midwest with trying to lift the hammer, drinking beer, like.
And that's just straight from the comics too. There's actually a scene where I forgot what the story was, but the hammer falls in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
You see all these dudes like lining up,
Yeah.
and you even see a really buff dude with a white shirt on and black hair and black glasses, and it's supposed to be Clark Kent.
Okay, all right.
Lining up to lift it and see if he could do it. So the first villain was Chameleon. then Vulture,
Yes.
Mysterio.
Okay, all right, I remember.
That's interesting. Okay.
Man,
I
why
don't
isn't
know.
a chameleon getting like? Man, I can imagine like, what if we put him in a movie like some serious Spider-Man spy shit? Like, where is he? The chameleon, and I don't know.
I think it's workable, but I think also if you think about like,
Just punch him in the face.
but yeah,
He'll
you
be
like,
done.
I think at this point we have the technology enough to see past the
Yeah.
shapeshifter.
Yeah.
The only, and I think it's kind of been done to death with Mystique.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like if they tried to do it again, it's like, man,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there's so many better villains
Yeah.
to focus on that Chameleon doesn't need to be added just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it gets kind of creepy. Like sometimes Chameleon's up there having sex with like Peter Parker's girlfriends and shit. Like he posed as Peter Parker for whatever reason, and so yeah, ended up having sex with Mary Jane.
You
And
see, I would kill him. I'm Spider-Man. I put my heart through your chest.
I'm pretty sure
I put
somebody
my
looked
hand
that
through
one
your
up for
chest.
me. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened.
Rip out your heart. Like, are you kidding me? And he let that man live. I'm
I
sorry.
think he never found out.
Okay.
Because
alright.
later he was wondering because Mary Jane and him were on the outs.
Yes.
So he actually fixed things in some sense, I guess. I don't know.
It must be so hard being Spider-Man. Like how he wrote that character. Like, he won't kill nobody. I'm just saying, with great power comes great responsibility. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's a good character.
Here's one of my favorite looks of Stan Lee was in Mallrats, and that shit was
love
like
that.
yeah, like it was great, man. Like he was scruffy and everything, man.
Yeah.
I loved it. Bartender and Ant-Man, I remember that.
Okay, yeah, it was when he was doing
Montage,
his,
yeah.
Okay.
Not Hugh Hefner, one of my favorite ones in Iron Man.
Okay.
That was cool. Gary, he played Gary in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I always love him like in the Spider-Man cameos because he's so synonymous with creating Spider-Man. Okay. Then he was Fred's dad in Big Hero 6. I do remember that. People got so mad because I was like, this was the only good part of Big Hero 6.
I saw it once. I thought it was cute. Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was really passable, and I think the problem is because it was a Marvel movie. It was a Marvel story written in the '90s. It just played off like a '90s movie, so it just was kind of boring to me.
Yeah.
Like it was just too simple and like whatever. Like I think they should have updated it a little bit more. But anyways, Man in Times Square. This one hurts a lot now.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, Man in Times Square, and he looks at Tobey Maguire and he's just like, well, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said. I'm like, that shit is fucking...
Yeah.
At the time, fuck that shit. Like, that Spider-Man, that movie was really annoying me. But watching that in retrospect, it's great, man. Yeah.
I think this is my favorite cameo.
Thirsty Gambler in Black Panther.
I just love how smooth he came through with that. Like, you know what? I'm
Right.
gonna take these.
Right.
Take it
He's
over
like,
here.
I agree with that. And see, that's another thing is people don't realize that Stan Lee
Yeah.
created Black Panther.
Yeah.
That dude was fucking woke, man. Like,
Yeah, especially for like the 60s, 70s, you know?
Right.
I mean, he was on the right side of history.
Right,
With his
exactly.
stuff. But that scene, I just love that entire scene, but it was perfect cameo, you know? He could have been anyone, but...
I wonder if he's ever actually took a photo with Black Panther, like
a guy in Black Panther.
or just with Chad, yeah,
Oh.
like,
I'm sure something's
like,
out there.
yeah, we see him in this one scene, but I think
Yeah.
a lot of people do not realize that Stan Lee created Black Panther. Like,
Yeah.
that shit is crazy, man.
Especially like his introduction, because I just bought a reprint of that Fantastic Four comic, and just the fact that he came through, and I think he murked them just to test them to see if he wanted their help.
Right,
You know,
right. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to agree with whoever's doing this list. This is Film School Rejects. This is number 3, D-Day Vet.
I like that one.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I will agree. He was like blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and so was Normandy. Hand it over, Blondie. like Excelsior. Like, that's the one time you hear him say that name. That was good though. Number 2.
That's a good one.
The barber in Thor Ragnarok. I was just watching this clip yesterday.
With Todd McFarlane.
Like I was
gonna say with Todd McFarlane. He just recently
was he in it?
No, he reenacted it just a couple of days ago.
No shit.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane
he was hanging out with Stan Lee, and Stan Lee did that scene for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Like the thing that sells it though is Chris Hemsworth. He's just like
the way he's looking at him.
You know, he's just like, by Odin's beard, you shall not cut my hair. And he's like, take a little top off the top. And please don't hurt me, kind sir. Like, that shit is fucking funny, dude. What? This is number 1, I guess. The Watcher's Informant, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
It feeds into people's theories, that one, because I think people at the time were saying that he's the Watcher or he's some other being in all of his cameos in the films. I think that maybe that's why.
Interesting. Let me see why they say it. This one had to be number 1. There is no other choice. James Gunn gifts us the ultimate Stan Lee cameo by revealing that he exists on a cosmic level with the great Watchers of the universe. As he explains, that time I was a Federal Express man, recalling his triumphantly sick Tony Stark burned in Captain America Civil War. Yes, it's the only thing that makes sense. Of course, Stan Lee is an omnipotent being. He's cocooned, like raccooned.
I don't know. I'm just gonna let
cocoon. That one go. The fuck it, film school rejects is too smart for me. The whole shebang with a little help from his friends Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Joe Simon. They're probably bouncing around the MCU somewhere too. Get your pause button ready and start searching. That is true. So I guess the other Watchers were supposed to be those creators as well. That's kind of cool. Okay, I kind of get where they're coming from, but for me personally, it's between the Deadpool one and just because that one was like really one of those thrills of a cameo. Like, get the fuck out of there. They put him in a strip bar. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like that. For you?
I'm gonna go Black Panther. Because I just that film, that sequence when they walk through into the club, all decked out and they're doing their thing, and oh shit just got real. The CIA's here or whatever the fuck he was, and then they have their interaction with Frost and he's like, "You've been warned." Walks off. You won. And then Stan comes
you won,
in,
right.
And then it's like,
I'll just take some of that. Yeah. I'll just hold on to these. That's true.
That was great. It's just the rhythm of that scene.
I agree. I agree with that one. Like, that's true because some cameos just kind of pop up out of nowhere. Yeah. But like the Spider-Man 3 one, it just kind of keeps the flow going like that. Yeah, I'll get you with that. Yeah. Okay, everybody in the chat, go ahead and you list to me. Tell me your favorite Stan Lee cameo and why, and I'll read it on the air, okay? We are going to start taking some calls. We're going to open up the phone line here. I believe it's 213-671, maybe, 6007. Let me turn this up. And I think I want to order food because I'm getting... Did you eat breakfast?
I didn't eat breakfast. Not this morning.
Neither did I, man.
But I was going to say, if you order, what were you thinking of? Pizza Hut? Possibly.
What would you like?
Pepperoni. Just a pepperoni pizza. I don't know. I was thinking about it. Like, I was like, I'm going Akasan's. Pizza Hut was good last time.
It was good, right?
Yeah.
It was good.
I only have Domino's in my area. Cardboard.
We can try to get the Venom because we can get like...
They got a Venom pizza.
They have a Venom pizza.
I saw the ads. Yeah.
They have a Venom pizza. Let's try. So what I'll probably do, the problem is, because I don't want to do it through Uber. Sorry, guys. We're like straight doing it live and everything. Like, damn, I want somebody, like, I wish I could just, I miss the days when you could just call a pizza company.
Well, I don't speak Japanese.
That's the problem. Like, I mean, we can do it, but then it's like, a fucking pain in the ass. Every time they call me, they're like, log in. See, yeah, there's a Venom pizza where it's like half and half. Half monster, half like whatever.
I'm good. I'll just do the pepperoni. When I look at these Japanese, you know, they put all their stuff in it. Like I'm sure it's great, but nah, just do the pepperoni.
You guys can't see. Right here. Venom, 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 Venom.
Well, 1,500. Yeah, that's pretty good though for all
Yeah,
those
yeah,
toppings. Yeah. But...
Okay. Thank you, Clover, for that. Don't call me yet, though. Let me order this pizza first. Terry, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, you can read it from here.
All right, so we got Spider.
So he's gonna read the cameos. I'm gonna like your guys' favorite cameos. I'm gonna order this pizza.
Yeah. All right, for me it's Spider-Man 3 because of the perfect balance fitting within the context of the movie and also the appropriate poignancy of that coming from Stanley's mouth. That was Jiggy the Jigster.
You can also scroll up if there's even more. Oh yeah, down.
Wow.
Oh yeah, right around here. Okay.
Boom. He co-created Black Panther, the one. Spider-Man 3, the message was the best. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he has photos with Chadwick Boseman. Oop, too much. First cameo of him was X-Men: The Last Stand.
Oh, no shit.
It was not, but okay.
That's true.
Yeah, was he in X-Men 2? X2? No,
I think he was.
He
actually.
was? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Spider. Okay.
Fuck it, I don't have time. Guys, if you want to hit us up with some tips or donate to the super chat so I don't have to pay as much for this pizza, I would appreciate that. I'm just going to go through Uber Eats. Fuck it.
All right. So it looks like a lot of folks are unanimous that they like the Spider-Man 3 cameo.
That's weird because I don't remember that cameo until they did it. Now, I think that cameo means a lot now.
It definitely does.
But in the past, I don't think so. Personally. I don't even remember it. That's why it's like not that... Because everybody hated it. Most people hate it.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I did not. I knew it was a step down, but overall, I just hate what happened to it with, the Sam Raimi and the producers. But overall, it's a good trio. 1, 2, 3.
I'm laughing my ass off because all I can remember is the fact that Nah. It's this is when the internet. So this is a dirty joke, guys. But this is when the internet was growing a lot. Like it was starting to get like really popular, and Photoshop was coming out.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was still young, and they were like, "Oh, here's a behind the scenes look at Spider-Man."
Yeah.
This is behind the scenes look at Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man 3 in the board meeting with all the actors, producers, and everything. And I clicked on it, and it showed them all sitting at the couch.
Yeah.
But in the original photo, they were like spread eagle or something like that.
Yes.
So then somebody photoshopped a bunch of dicks hanging out.
So
and Tobey Maguire's like looking at his dick.
So they were like man spreading on the
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So somebody photoshopped dicks into the the picture, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm too young for this.
Yeah.
I'm 12. What is this? Like that.
50-50 Spider-Man 3. So folks are also saying they like the Rise of the Silver Surfer cameo. I think he was trying to go to the wedding, and he's like, "You on the list?" Like, no, I'm Stan Lee. Like.
Sure you are, buddy.
Yeah.
Like they're like, nice try, buddy.
Please excuse my terrible Stan Lee impression.
I'm Stan Lee.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, I belong here. Like that. Yeah, I'm on the list.
I would love to see Silver Surfer show up. He'd probably be nuked though as a character. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
I think so, because like in that movie, what I appreciated about the Rise of the Silver Surfer was like when he showed up, he was on another level. The Fantastic Four had no way, but then the movie just went down. Anyway, we're not talking about that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. you played the Spider-Man PS4 game. He's in that, right?
Yeah. Oh, why didn't they put that one in there? That was a great cameo.
'Cause I didn't play it. I don't got a PlayStation, but I heard it was good. I heard, he's in that one.
Yeah, that was a great cameo, man. I love that one. That was awesome blossom, baby. Here we go.
Shoutouts for Jack Kirby. Let me see mine.
Oh, right there, yeah. Hardcore has got one.
Hardcore Greek hymn. All right, mine is probably Fantastic Four, where he was trying to get into the wedding. Rise of the Silver Surfer. Good. Jiggy. Oh, we already got you. Shoutouts to Jack Kirby. All right, let me see what we got here.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna go Uber. I don't have time for this shit. Okay. What?
I'm curious, when is his last cameo going to be? Because as early as 2016, they reported that that Marvel had pre-recorded a bunch of scenes, and so
from what I've been told, his last cameo is just going to be
Infinity War.
No, not Infinity War. Maybe. No. Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that'd be appropriate.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot to order some sodas. Oh well. Do you drink soda?
I drink soda. I mean, not always, but yeah, I'll drink soda. Have a Coke.
What we could probably do is just make a run down the street and say, like, when the pizza gets here.
It's funny because I don't drink.
Damn, that was expensive. Oh well.
Ooh,
Okay.
It's like that?
Nah, because I wanted to use a coupon and all that, but I should have rethought that. It was like $50.
Fuck.
But it's 2 pizzas and some chicken nuggets. I mean, it was about the same we did last time. If y'all want to help out, make sure you hit that super chat, baby. Or, you could do direct donation. And Robert Downey Jr. is going to be coming up for you. He'll specifically say thank you. All right, we're taking the calls now.
So
Let's hope it works.
Jeffrey Recto said, I personally think he missed his wife. Grieving so hard, soul and body. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. Life partners, It's interesting because we talked about it earlier. A lot of people were really shocked and grieving, but I mean, 95 years old is a long and healthy life. Especially this is interesting. I'm at that age now where I'm comparing myself and my successes to my
Tokyo Trinity.
my mentors.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Lee, things like that. Like Bruce Lee, I think was 32 or something when he died.
Yeah.
You have to understand, Stan Lee didn't create what we now know as the Marvel Universe until he was like 39 or in his late 30s,
That's interesting.
early 40s. Like he was already an established dude in his own career, right? So lets me know.
All right, here we go. Let's take some calls. This button? There you go. Comics Plus, what's up? Who's this? Hello? Hey, what's up?
Yo.
Ash Punjabi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Punjabi, what up? Thanks for calling in, man. How you doing today?
Actually, a lot better. I'm actually glad you did it today and not Monday, dude. 'Cause boy, I was crying like a baby.
Yeah, man. It was rough for everybody, honestly. It was a rough situation. Like that's the reason all of my videos were delayed this week, because I just started late recording everything. And so I was late, so my editors became late, so then everything got screwed over, but it was for a good reason, I think.
Yeah, I was actually just making some food. Like I was cooking up a pizza for dinner, and literally like my oldest sister just telling me, "Did you know Stan Lee passed away?"
This would have been in the
what?
evening.
Right.
And I looked on Twitter, and then it's just Stan Lee passed away at age 95. Dude, that is like, it felt like it felt like a boulder, like a big rock. It felt like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Damn.
Instead of him running away from that boulder, the boulder actually hits him.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah. It was heartbreaking to get that news for reals. Yeah, for reals. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Did you ever get a chance to meet him, or do you have a particular
No.
favorite cameo or anything like that?
My favorite, my first cameo of him that I can specifically remember was X-Men: The Last Stand.
I agree.
The water.
Oh, okay.
The water guy.
Oh, okay. For me, it was the first X-Men movie because that was like the first notable kind of Marvel movie, the good first popular one, coming back basically.
First blatant too.
Yeah.
They marketed themselves. They were X-Men. We're a comic book movie. You know?
I could see that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was he ever in Blade?
Yeah.
He never cameoed in Blade, huh?
It's funny because Blade didn't put their Marvel logo on the film until I think the third one.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right. Cool, man. Well, yeah. Well, I hope it gets better for you, man. Like I think the main thing is, like Terry and I were kind of saying, is you definitely want to celebrate the life of Stan Lee, not his death like that. And we kind of knew this was we knew this day would eventually be coming, especially after his wife passed. So it's just one of those things like we want to just continue going through, continue with our own life like that, right? Mm-hmm. Well, cool, man. I appreciate the call, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah. You guys can give us a call here, 213-674-6007. 213-674-6007. And we'll take your call. Yeah, somebody's trolling in the chat.
What we got?
Nah, one of our boys was in the chat trolling. I don't know. Too bad I don't read.
Did he cameo in Ghost Rider? I don't remember.
Comics Plus, what's up? Who's this? Okay, thanks for calling.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Who's this?
This is Teddy Rose.
Hey, Teddy, what's going on, man?
Good, how are you?
I'm great.
I was just watching the live feed that you guys have, and
yes.
I was just so moved, actually.
Thank you.
I was actually creating a composition when I heard that Stan Lee passed.
Oh, okay.
So you're a musician?
Yes, and actually, a little fun small fact that no one probably cares about too much, but my aunt actually worked for Stan Lee.
Wow.
I believe in 1999. I believe it was during the time when Marvel was going bankrupt.
Yeah.
It would have been that time, late 90s.
That's my information.
Is that the time that they let him go as well? They fired him for a while.
Was it the 90s? I mean, don't quote me. I don't want to give out any
It makes sense, though.
I think so.
And, he had such a reach, in industries.
Right. Maybe that's when they changed heads and everything like that. Yeah, that might have been it. But she had a good experience working with him?
Yes, for what she told me, she said he was nothing but nice. I think there was one issue that people don't understand about Stan Lee is that he was flirtatious, but he wasn't threatening.
Okay.
There's a difference. And
there's a difference.
There's a big difference.
With very charming folks.
And that's one of the issues of with all this hashtag Me Too widespread controversy. Like the lines get really blurred, and when Stan Lee became a victim of that Me Too situation, everybody was gunning for. Like I was so surprised how much Twitter was gunning for his ass.
Yeah.
And then we're like, yo, come on now. Wait a second.
And the problem with that is there are some true predators out there.
Right.
I consider the the kind of individual that he was to be very innocuous. I mean, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd say you look nice today. Excuse the fuck out of me.
Right.
Like, goddamn.
Right. No, I agree with that. Well, awesome, Teddy. Do you have any favorite memories of Stan Lee or cameos that you like?
Wow. Favorite cameos. If I had to pick one, I think my favorite cameo would probably have to be the Spider-Man cartoon for the PlayStation 1. That's probably my favorite cameo of them all. Yes. I bought that actually for one of the children I was working with that passed from cancer.
Damn.
So that was especially dear to me because that kid, during that time, that was his best game he wanted to play. So
wow.
Because of that and I forget that anime Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
He was obsessed with those two things. So he was just very excited about those. So that's special memory to me personally.
No,
I wanted
definitely.
to say this to give one new perspective before I end the call.
Sure.
Some people will probably understand this, but be careful what you wish for. Be careful where you lie your dreams. Be careful where you go, because when you become a Stan Lee, that brings in huge amount of money, and that attracts certain people with money. You read between the lines in that. So
absolutely.
I suggest people to be careful, because these are not just conspicuous, stupid conspiracy theories. There were some weird things happening in his life, and this happens to millionaires and billionaires. There are people who are interested in your publishing. They are interested in owning what you have, and you sort of become a Hollywood action figure. Yeah. So I suggest everyone, just be careful what you wish for, because it's not always light and rainbows.
That's real
I love
true.
Your channel, Akasan, and I appreciate your call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in, man.
No problem. Take care, Terry. Take care, Akasan. And Red Nation out. Love
Peace,
you,
man. Excelsior.
Bye.
That was good. That was real, because
that's a good point.
I told you when I saw him at Tokyo Comic Con last year.
Vultures.
I can just sense in the people around him, something I did not entirely like. The energy that they gave off, at least, was not good.
No, I agree. And that's the biggest problem that we have, is the fact that so many people, when you get to that point, when you get to becoming an icon, a status symbol, people just only see you because of that.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's a big problem. Comics Plus, what up? Who's this? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Who's this?
This is John.
Hey, John. What's up? Where are you calling from?
Philadelphia, PA.
Oh, what up? What up, Philadelphia? How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Just calling, to give my thoughts on Stan Lee and, how much of a curator he was to the childhood imaginations of all of us. I put, probably him and George Lucas on the even keel as far as, that childhood imagination and developing your own characters and stories and stuff like that.
I could see that. I would say I would inch Stan Lee actually even more, though. Yeah, because I know George Lucas has made other things, but has he actually made successful things outside of Star Wars?
And then I'll also add the legacy. He made those first 3 films, but they were expanded upon by other individuals with the books, and all that other stuff that he used.
And he didn't direct the movies. Yeah, I think so. Wait, did he direct?
He directed
the first one, and that was it. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, but he was still, the guiding force for Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Fair enough. Yeah, definitely.
But I'll say this. My favorite Stan Lee cameo probably never even made the light of day, but there's actually a Stan Lee cameo in Superman, the animated series. When the Dan Turpin funeral.
Yo!
Did you remember?
He's right. He's
really?
He's in there. He's right.
Like, it was never aired, but there's like an image of Stan Lee at his feet, because it was basically almost like a Jack Kirby funeral in a way, because Dan Turpin was like.
Ah, wow!
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
You see,
but if you look it up or Google it, you'll see there's a guy that looks just like Stan Lee, in the funeral attendance or whatever.
They knew what they were doing. That's a good.
That's crazy.
Good catch. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll give you that one. Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing
So
because
it's not really a cameo, but it is kind of a cameo.
I call it a cameo. They put his likeness in the
Yeah.
in
It's either that or a porn director, so I'm gonna go with Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, cool, man. Anything else that you wanted to say or put out there?
Nah, that's about it. Take care, man. I like your channel.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in, man.
All right, man.
Take care. Cool, guys. Yeah, awesome. I always appreciate when you guys call in, and yeah, you're sharing amazing stories, and I definitely think that's one of the biggest points about Stan Lee is that everybody has a unique story about him like that. He's not just one dude did one type of deal. In fact, who was your favorite character that Stan Lee created? He's done so many, along with Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby, of course.
Yeah. You know what I hate? Oh, never mind.
Okay, Comics Plus, what's up? Who's this? Hello.
Hello, is this on?
Hi, what's going on?
I just want to call in and share my thoughts about Stan. I'm in the growing up with Marvel ever since I was a small kid. I don't know if you remember this channel called Jet.
Which channel?
Jet.
It might be a cable channel.
Oh, okay. Nah.
Back in the States. We've been.
All right.
Well, every time Iron Man came on that channel, I'd always be there. No matter when it came on, I'd always be there. And I went to see the movies every time they came out, and I just couldn't imagine my life without Marvel. And I only have Stan Lee to thank for that.
I think so.
And there's just a special place in my heart that I feel is gone now that Stan Lee is gone.
Ah.
But we still got his work, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Buy a comic. You said the Iron Man show. You talking about the '90s one?
Iron Man.
Yo,
yeah, that's true.
That is what.
That shit went hard, too.
Yeah,
that was a dope song.
The legacy lives on. You know, we have that content still for forever.
Yeah. And then again, I think that's the thing we have to remember is like, we have a lot of memories that like predate 10 to 15 years ago. And I think that's the thing we have to remember. Yes, Stan Lee is gone, but the work he's been retired for quite some time, and we've had other creators that have come and given us new memories as well. But those old memories are still golden to us about what Stan Lee has done. I haven't thought about that X-Men thing, the Iron Man thing, the Spider-Man 90s thing in a minute now.
Yeah.
But his passing has brought back some great memories, so I like that.
That it has.
Yeah.
I truly miss him, and it feels like one of the true legends is gone, even though that is true.
If anything, I would say even further and say one of the last legends of the comic book industry is now gone. Because I can't really imagine if there's anybody else out there that is still alive. Because last year I think was it Steve Ditko? No, it was
Steve Ditko passed earlier this year.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. And then there was also the Batman, Bill, another guy. No, not Bill Finger. I think he passed a while back. But there was another guy that actually did the art to Batman as well. So, yeah, it's rough. It's definitely rough. But we shall carry on, I believe.
We shall.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for giving us all something good to watch every night when you upload.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
All right, let me see if I can find that Iron Man song, because I think a lot of people do not know that Iron Man.
I remember that show. That was a good
I
one.
am Iron Man. That shit went hard, man.
That's what I loved about the first movie, because, just seeing, anytime you see, Robert Downey Jr. just doing his thing.
No, hold on. We'll get to the song calls in a bit. Iron Man theme song, cartoon. I am I think this one.
Yeah. We're not going to copyright it.
No. Maybe.
What the fuck? That's.
Is this it?
I think it might be coming.
Maybe not. I don't think so. No, because he had long. Maybe? Did he have long hair? No, I don't think this is it.
That's
No.
That's something else.
Hold on. This, I don't know what the hell that was. I remember Iron Man Armored Adventures as well. That was a weird song. Yeah. Maybe this one? Yeah, anyways, now you guys got it. Man, I missed the 90s. That was some crazy shit, dude. Everything was so metal, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking Spider-Man theme song was still one of the best cartoon theme songs out there. That was the dude from Aerosmith doing the the guitar. And then he made a cameo in that show as well.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take another call. Pizza's almost here because I'm about to pass out.
You know what's funny? Because I'm a big fan of the I think everyone is of the X-Men 90s intro.
Oh, everybody! I think that might be the best one of all of them.
Hard. Like that bass line.
What's up, Comics Plus? Who's this?
Hey, Akasan.
What's up?
Hey.
How's it going?
What's going on, man?
I'm good. Who's this?
Oh, this is Jiggy from the comic.
Oh, what up, Jiggy?
Oh, I read it. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you calling from, Jiggy?
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. You famous on YouTube, so I'm like,
Sound like he's
trying to
outside.
get some chills, but
It's all good, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. I just had somebody on from Georgia yesterday. Yeah. It's cool. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Like, we just got out of school. I've been in college for a while, and I just got out of school and stuff. So I've been staying home all day because it's been raining.
Oh, okay.
All day. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, you have any memories of the Stan Lee? Anything you want to talk about Stan Lee?
Well, I was trying to say in the comments, but I don't want to I think you read a different comment. I was trying to say I liked the cameo of the part. I don't know. It's not the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man, but it was either the second one or the third one where he had a moment with Peter, and it was like he was giving him some love advice. They were standing
Oh, yeah. He went to another Earth or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that gave me the chills because I don't know, he was basically talking to his baby, giving him advice.
True.
Indirectly. Yeah. So that was kind of my favorite. And another one was the Venom one. That the way the Venom was oh, who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that old guy? Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Who's that guy?
And he was he wanted to. I think he was talking about his dog. He wanted to eat that pork or something.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got some nice meat. Yeah. That was pretty funny.
But yeah, those were basically my favorite ones.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask something though.
Sure.
For the Spider-Man, I know she's basically his son and all, but he did create the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
I don't know why Spider-Man is the special one.
Because Spider-Man is
It's
the one that blew up.
like the special one. Like he's like the special one. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't.
He gets the special treatment from it.
I think it's because of Spider-Man is the one that blew up. The sales, you know what I mean? Like if it was Fantastic Four, we'd be talking about Fantastic Four. Mr.
You're probably
Fantastic,
right. No, you're probably right.
Oh,
Yeah. No, continue. Go ahead. Yeah.
But you know, Spider-Man blew up. And I think also maybe he propagated that because that was the last issue of Amazing Fantasy where he took a risk. You know, he threw out some story that he wanted to throw out at the last issue, and then from how he tells the story, it did blow up. People identified with the Peter Parker character. You know, even think about it here as well from another perspective. Here in Japan, Spider-Man is a big thing because he always wears a mask, right? Todd McFarlane always used to talk about how he could be anyone underneath the mask, you know? Spider-Man could be black, white, Asian, you know, and he's a character that we kind of all can see ourselves in.
True.
At least I do, you know? So.
Absolutely, indeed.
yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't happen. It also doesn't help that, you know, Spider-Man is just that profitable.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
we'd be if we were Fantastic Four, we'd be talking about them or Hulk or Thor. So.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you said it while I was out the room, but Spider-Man is the relatable guy. He's the that Parker luck always getting in the way. He's the Peter Parker is the everyday man. You know, if you look at Iron Man, you look at Fantastic Four, most of those motherfuckers are the smartest people in the world and shit, and that's hard to relate to.
Yeah.
But Peter Parker is just struggling. He's a dude with probably some of the best powers, but this motherfucker can't even pay his rent on time. Like, this dude is always getting evicted. Like, he legit, in the game, he legit got evicted. Like, if I had those godlike powers, I would not be fighting over a crappy-ass apartment. And then on top of that, that dude's clothing, when he put on the costume, it was funky as hell. And I'm like, that's the essence of Spider-Man. And of our Spider-Man, the Peter Parker type of dude. And I think that's one of the reasons he's so popular. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to know because, like, yeah, he's basically getting like the special treatment. But hey,
I understand, man. Well, I appreciate the call, man, and make sure to put a battery in your fire alarm there. So I hear it chirping. Your spider senses. Huh? Your spider sense is tingling.
Yeah, appreciate it. I think it's my headphones. I'm going to have to change.
Oh.
But appreciate it, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah. Thanks for calling, dude.
Nah, that's a fire alarm. Check that.
I know how that is. Yeah.
I used to work for the Red Cross. So like,
it's a fire alarm.
Yeah. Change your batteries, test your equipment, have a plan.
All right. Let me get a plate real quick. So how do we want to do this? So do you know where the Konbini is? Or
shit. Where was?
Because we want to drink. We still want to drink.
I could just drink water. It's not a big deal unless you want to.
I do want to drink.
Oh, okay.
I do want a Coke or something like that. Hold on. Or I think there's one right over there. You know what? Terry's gonna take some calls.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna continue. I'll be back.
All right.
You just want a Coke or something?
Yeah. That'll work.
All right.
Did we hang up on this guy?
No, he was done.
Oh, okay.
He just bounced.
All right.
Sooner or later, I'm gonna pipe in something else.
I'll take the command.
You guys be nice. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh shit.
Good.
Fucking up this thing.
All right. Check the chat for the number. I'm gonna
hit us up on the super chat too.
Yeah.
For that money.
Shit. Click. All right. You know what? While we wait for a call, I'll just talk. I'll just read over some of my notes that I had here about Stan Lee for the event. All right. Boom. Here we go. Accept. Comics Plus. This is not Akasan. How you doing? Yo, Comics Plus. Ah, yo. Hello. Hello, hello. All right, I hear you. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you? Who's this? Where you calling from?
I'm Major G. I live in Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. All right. What's going on? Let's hear your story. You got.
Yeah. So I actually had like a little thing. I was listening to a podcast recently, and it was between Marvel. It was about the competition between Marvel and DC.
Okay.
And one thing I learned from that was that basically like Stan Lee basically like he was more into the comic world, more important to the comic world than we know. Because not only did he create all these interesting characters, he basically turned comics around.
Mm-hmm.
They went from silly stories to like these adult stories, like what you guys are talking about with Spider-Man.
Yes.
And actually, his first big hit was Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is what kept him at Marvel. He almost quit.
Yeah. I think his wife told him to stick around and do what you want to do, right? Something like that?
Yeah. And like the next morning or whatever, the editor told him, hey, just go ahead and write whatever you want. It was Fantastic Four, and it blew up.
Yeah. It's interesting.
And then, like, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say it's interesting because I remember parts of my life where, you know, you want to take a risk. You want to do something that you feel, you know, deep inside that you think was going to work, you know. I think we all can relate to having to work in a job doing stuff that you're told to do as opposed to doing something that you want to do, you know. And that passion, that creativity, autonomy, you know, it's reflective of the work. Like, it worked, you know, like, you know, give me a chance, right? So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one other thing that happened too because of what happened in the '60s and him writing all these adult things, all these like more adult storylines, was that I'm actually a big DC fan. He turned DC around because of that.
Yeah.
Because they had to keep up with him.
Well,
You know?
competition is good, right? I mean, and I understand that there is, you know, a rivalry between the two. However, just like with the movie studios, if one is doing good, the other is doing good, right? What we don't want is for the public to just outright and say screw comics, right? So, yeah, it helps.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say after reading through some of the comics, I realized I forgot one that was really big to me in terms of Stan Lee's cameo.
Yes.
And that was the one from the end of the old Spider-Man cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The '90s one where after the whole big arc with Madam Web.
Yeah.
And he comes to our universe and takes Stan Lee around and swings around and everything with him.
Because
that was like.
I love that because in that universe he was a comic book writer, and so he met his creation, you know. Yeah. Man, that show.
Yeah, his biggest creation.
I wish it's funny. I think about the Spider-Man show, and they ended it in such an interesting way because like he never got Mary Jane back. That was the ending.
Which one?
The 90s Spider-Man. The ending of the show was him leaving off to seek Mary Jane, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I will say.
Yeah.
Right, that is cool. Like, I will say that was maybe the one part I didn't like. As a kid, I was fine with it, but I really like. God damn, could you imagine if they only did a drama around that shit with Spider? Like, I didn't recognize it was so drama.
Yeah.
Invoking with that.
Mary Jane.
Right, like. There's a lot of shit going on.
Oh, man, that show was good. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back, by the way. So, yeah.
Yeah. This is the first caller. Yeah.
Sweet. I was that quick.
Yeah.
Fastest guy. Who's this?
Akasan, I haven't seen you since last year at Panda Express.
Panda Express? Grand Canyon. He says he's from the Grand Canyon.
I met you at Panda Express.
Yeah, we went to the Peanut Festival.
Peanuts?
We went to Penis. We went to the Penis Festival together.
In Japan?
I guess so.
It would only be here. Like,
yeah.
That shit ain't
Yeah, in Japan. We went to the mall and I got that book from what was the name of that girl?
Oh.
Kawaguchi.
Yeah. I remember. We were. Yeah. I met you at the Penis Festival, or and then we went to. Right, and then we went to Kawasaki afterwards, right? Yeah. Yeah. I vaguely, I kind of remember though, hanging out for a minute. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What was your name again?
Sean.
Sean. Okay.
On YouTube, though.
Huh?
I'm on Major D on YouTube though.
Oh, okay, cool, man. Thank you, Major D. Yeah, cool, man. Awesome, dude. Well, good to hear from you again, and thank you for keeping Terry company while I was getting my Coke.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, shit. I fucked up. All right, man. Talk to you next time. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Later. All right, guys, give us a call, but give me a moment. We got to break open this pizza for a second. Hold on. Actually, we could take the call at the same time. Yeah, Penis Festival. It's a whole different thing. All right. What's up, Comics Con? Comics Con. Comics Plus, what's up? Who's this?
These are both the same?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me fine?
Yeah, we can hear you fine now.
Yeah, I just wanted to say Stan Lee was a great guy for being a fucking nigger.
Who the fuck? Yo.
You're damn right, he was my nigga. Nigga. What's up, Comics Plus? Who's this?
God, I love trolls.
Hello?
My dude didn't even stick around to have a conversation. You know?
Hello? Comics Plus, what's up?
Yeah, it's me, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we talked a couple times on your live stream before. I don't know if you remember me.
Say what? One more time?
We've talked a couple times in your live streams before.
Oh, right on. Cool, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So what's up, man? Yeah, sorry, we're munching on this pizza right now, and somebody just said Stan Lee's a nigga. So I'm gonna assume he meant N-I-G-G-A.
I heard you guys.
That was funny. Anyways, what's up, bro? Anything you want to say about Stan Lee?
I was over here on Monday evening. I was cooking food for my mom and I logged on Twitter when I was done making the food, and I just saw that Stan Lee died, and I thought people were trolling because I think a few years ago the same thing happened.
Really?
So I didn't believe it. And I logged in like after I finished eating, and I saw that it was true by TMZ. So I was like, oh my god! And like that whole day, I was just down. I almost had a chance to meet him, but then I didn't at Comic-Con like two years ago.
Damn.
That's why I did it. I knew it last year when his wife passed, and I knew he was coming to Tokyo. Something in the universe was telling me like, this is it. When I lived in New York, you know, when they started up New York Comic Con, he'd go all the time. I'd be like, yeah, I'll catch him next year.
See, my thing is, I don't know if my whole thing about it was, at some point, he stopped, he just had the one pose at Comic-Con. So every photo I saw of him was the same pose. And I'm like, damn, they might as well just put a standee in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that people can still enjoy it, but
yeah.
I don't know, especially after that story you told me, Terry, about how people are just fucking pushing his carcass around the sign shit, take photos. I didn't want to take place in that, a part in that. So, yeah, you know.
I will say, when I went, it wasn't reported as bad. And from what I saw, you know, he was good, but they were videos later, like earlier this year, of him being tired. I don't know. I called him first thing in the morning. So, you know, he was all that. But, yeah. I do get what you're saying. Because I did feel bad after seeing those reports later earlier this year. Like,
they were just like, good boy, good, go, 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 like that, you know?
It's funny, I'll tell the story, because I brought my Spider-Man comic for him to sign, but I brought my silver pen.
Right.
Because I wanted him to sign silver, because it would look better on the thing.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, Stan, he wants you to use a silver pen. And Stan is like, this isn't silver? You know, it's like, I'm like, oh, this nigga can't see. Like,
really? So he was using a black pen.
Yeah, he was using black Sharpie. And it's just the fact, you know, that's like old age, you know, you forget, like, oh, yeah, like, he's mortal, you know? Like, he can't, you know,
wow.
His eyesight, you know? Like, I thought that was
funny. On Larry King. He did an interview with Larry King 8 months ago where he confirmed it. He couldn't see well and hear well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, Stan Lee was on Larry King as well? That's funny.
He interviewed with Larry King like 8 months ago or 10 months ago, something like that.
Wow.
He still watches it. He watches every single Marvel film, but he doesn't see it or hear it that well. His friends had to tell him what.
Wow. I didn't know that. Damn. Yeah. Well, man, thanks for the information. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, no problem. I just wanted to say that my first ever experience with testing was when I was a kid, like around 5 or 6 years old. My mom bought me all the VCHs of the Spider-Man 90s film, and I only have one of them. Like the guy mentioned before in the last call, that was my first time ever seeing Stan Lee when he was flying around with him in New York, and they stopped at the top of the skyscraper and talked. Yeah, and then a couple years after that, the Spider-Man the PS4 Spider-Man game came out, and I played that, but not on the PS4, on the computer. My mom bought the disc, and I still have it with me. I play that game every now and then because it's just classic, you know?
You mean PS1?
Right, he's right. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good, man.
My mom bought the compact disc for the computer. I don't have it on the PS1.
That's crazy.
And that's the good thing about it. It didn't suck. That game was fire back then.
Yeah.
I played it all the time. That game was good.
As a kid, get past the lizard.
Yeah. Oh, totally delivered, man. It's a classic.
With the train, the underground train, I could never get past it.
Oh.
I
was big on Spider-Man 2, though, but now, I'm not gonna lie, the fucking Spider-Man PS4 is fucking my shit, man. It's good stuff.
I barely beat that. I barely beat that game like a few days ago, 100%.
Awesome, man. Awesome, and we got more DLC coming soon.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for the call, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just excited for the new suit, Iron Spider one.
Right.
That's the only suit I'm excited for from this next DLC. The other two are just okay.
Right. I agree with you. It's all good, though, but it'll be fun, man. Yeah. Word, man. Well, thank you, man.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, we're woofing into it right now. Thank you so much.
Good as hell.
You guys have a good day.
Peace. All right. What if they're going to make a Stan Lee's a nigga DLC? Anything can happen when you call in, baby. That shit was fucking funny, though.
I'm going to relook at my reaction. Because I was just like...
That shit was fucking funny.
Reminded me of the...
Hello, all you true niggers.
Do you remember the internet like 10 years ago? Like that, you know, it was bad.
Before, this is nothing.
Yeah.
Comics Plus, what is up, my niggers? What's up? Hello?
Hello. Hello.
What's that?
Hello.
Who it is?
Hello, Akasan. I can barely hear you.
This...
Sorry, my channel. I mean, my sound is getting a little old.
What's up? What you got?
I just. Huh?
Yeah, I'm here.
What?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that Stanley was a huge part of my life, a huge part of my inspiration.
Oh, he's serious.
He was the first reason I started drawing as a kid. And he lived a great life, though at the end of the day, he's 95 years old.
Absolutely.
So, he lived a great life, and I think we all should just be celebrating his life and enjoying his life. I heard a lot of people are sad, but, it's a time, what does that say? You escape death through immortality.
Ah, interesting.
Through your work.
You escape death through immortality. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yes, and think about it today. All the people that have died, David Bowie, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince, all the greats, their music is still playing to this day.
Absolutely. Do you have any favorite memory of Stan Lee at all?
Yes, actually I do. There was a time when I was a kid, a young boy, about maybe 12 years old. I was moving my porno collection that I had secretly, that my grandmother, it was her collection. And I found a Stan Lee comic book, and that changed my life forever. It was a Spider-Man comic book.
Underneath her porn collection.
I'm sorry, pardon?
It was underneath the porn collection.
Oh, yes, sir. It was with her stuff.
That's legit, though.
She had a couple of comic books, probably most likely for my grandfather. But I had actually a quick question. It's maybe a little too deep. I'm not quite sure.
Go for it.
Where were you? All of us are going to go. Akasan, Terry, I'm still getting used to you. I don't know much about you, but I like you already. I like what I hear, and I like what I see. Akasan, this is to both of you, however. When you go, when you pass, and you don't know the time, how would you like to be remembered by your subscribers and supporters?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess I would like to be remembered as a fairly kind and patient, and not that patient, but a fairly kind person that just tries to do their best and just tries to be a nice person in a very opportunistic type of world. So I may not always be the most popular person or the most extreme person, but I try to entertain people in my own unique way, and every time, I guess, honest. I think if anything, just being honest. So love my opinion or hate my opinion, you always know it's going to be my opinion, and then I'm always going to come to you 100% real. A lot of people say they keep it 100% real, but they ain't being real. So, but people will know that I'm always being direct with you. So, yeah.
Right.
I suppose so. Yeah. How about you, Terry? How would you like to be remembered?
Real ass goon.
Real ass goon. All right.
That's it.
You're no goon.
You don't know? You haven't even gotten used to him yet. You said, how about you, Ginger? What would you like to be remembered by?
Wow. Let's see. I guess just for my kind deeds, the things I do for people. But Akasan, I just want to say for you, it's everybody out there. First of all, change is not a popularity competition. There are scientists who have changed the world. Everywhere around is names that we'll never know. So, you change people. That's where you're going to live in. You're going to live inside all of us. you're going to live inside your supporters forever in great memory. That's what's going to keep you alive.
I can see that. Yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, my immortality, like Ra's al Ghul has once said.
Just remember what I said. Importance and change is not a popularity contest. It just isn't.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Well, thank you, Ginger.
You take care.
Yeah.
And blessings. And happy holidays coming up for you.
Happy holidays to you. Happy Thanksgiving. And
Terry is no goon. If anything, he could play Spider-Man, like Miles Morales or something.
Didn't you want to dress up like Miles for
this Comic-Con?
Comic-Con,
yes.
yeah.
I had something going down. It wasn't going to come in time, so next year you might see me in a Spider-Man leotard.
There you go. Spider-Goon. All right, Ginger, thank you so much.
Thank you, Edwin. You're the sweetest. You were the only sweet person to me in the comics section.
Yeah, see, there you go. And now you got people saying, Akasan's inside me. All right. Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean it that way, but all right.
You never know. Maybe they don't mean it that way. There you go. All right, thank you, Ginger.
All right.
Talk to you next time. Peace.
Bye. Bye.
Is he a regular?
Yeah. That's why I wasn't shocked. That's why I wanted you to talk to Ginger, because I wanted to see how that was going to go down. But ironically, not the craziest call today. Usually,
okay,
it's the most interesting call, but this time I'm gonna have to give it to Stan, nigga, dude. Can you open that door? Give us a call, guys. I'm almost done with my pizza, but yeah. No, that's it.
What? Oh no, I'm gonna grab my napkin.
Oh, okay. Yep. It's never a live stream without the infamous Ginger. Always interesting. Always a good time. What up, Sly Spy? What's up, Edwin? What's up, Clover? Our ex-lover. I'm still waiting for my my editor was supposed to have Arrow ready for y'all, but that shit has not been done yet. He uploads from a frickin' island or something like that. It takes like 5 to 6 hours. I see the calls are getting a little lighter. I bet you that was Sly Spy that called up. Nah, we didn't order the Venom pizza. We just ordered from Pizza Hut. We got the Christmas pizza.
Mm-hmm.
There's also chicken.
Oh, no. I was all about the pizza. Comics Plus. This is Terry and Akasan. What's up? How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you? Where you calling from?
North Carolina. And from overseas.
No. Okay, cool. All right. I've been in North Carolina, I think for a month or something. I don't know. Okay.
Right on. I just got you guys' Akasan's there, stream for today. So if this has got followed up before, I apologize, but seeing as how Stan Lee and everything like that, what do you think your favorite out of all, going back to all his cameos that really had either impact on you, like, funny, or just like, nice, but let's face it, the Deadpool one's kind of pretty cool, but your guys' personal favorites.
My personal favorite is the Deadpool one, just because it's the true essence of a shock cameo. I'm like, did they really just put this 90-year-old man in a strip club with a bunch of titties flying everywhere? That shit's great. I love that. That was like that for me. That made the first Deadpool movie. Outside of that, man, I have to say now it's the Spider-Man 3 cameo, but before that was definitely the Age of Ultron. That was like such a good shot right there with him talking to Thor. So yeah.
Right on.
Terry?
Yeah, and as I said earlier, mine is Black Panther. Well, just because I love that scene, that sequence, and his introduction in there was just, it just flowed with the entirety of the mood of the scene.
How about you?
Right. Mine, well, yeah, you know what? I almost forgot. You said the other day, whenever all this broke out, that I almost completely forgot that he was in Venom, but it was almost an echo of when he first started doing it during the Tobey Maguire and the Daredevil that will somewhat be forgotten. But whenever it was like an echo of him holding out like the stick for the guy who ran across the street, and it was actually Stan Lee holding a newspaper, I think it was.
Yeah, something
There was
like that.
that one. But personally, on the regular level and everything like that, I think it's going to go to the Infinity War thing. What, you kids have never seen an alien ship or something like that?
Yeah.
With all that going on in Infinity War, that's a good point. His cameo still sticks out because there is a lot of stuff going on in Infinity War, and just to have him in there really quick is great. Yeah, yeah. I could agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
It's so awesome because that cameo kind of solidifies the normacy of that universe. You know what I mean? In 2012.
Fair enough. Yeah.
As opposed to when the first time the aliens come, by the time Infinity War's coming through, it's like, come on, kids, like y'all ain't never seen this shit before.
That's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome, dude. Well, thank you so much for calling in from North Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, sure, man. Thanks for having me. Oh, wait a second. Didn't they have him also on Bat in the Sun as well?
A what?
Bat in the Sun.
Didn't they have a...
Oh, they did. Yes, it was Spider-Man versus Darth Maul.
Oh, he's in one of their productions.
Yep, there was a cameo in there as well. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of fan films and stuff, but I love what they do.
Oh, they do great stuff. Yeah. To even have a Stan Lee cameo is awesome, just in itself. So yeah, for sure. Right on, man. Well, thank you.
Keep you guys heading up on here, but I really appreciate it, guys. You guys rock. Keep us entertained.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in for the first time and calling in. We're always available.
No worries. You guys take it easy, all right?
All right, take care, man. Peace. Should I start saying Excelsior now from now on with the calls? Like, every time. Excelsior! You guys, give us a call up here, 213-674-6007, 213-674-6007. We'll take a few more calls, and then we'll probably bounce, because he probably wants to play around with, Red Dead a little bit.
I'd rather play Spider-Man.
Now?
Be more appropriate.
That's true. That's a good point.
So,
that's actually not a bad idea.
Did you see the Key and Peele skit where...
No, somebody was... Dion was telling me about it yesterday.
Yeah.
About that, yeah. Comics Plus, what is up? Who's this?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, it's so confusing when... Oh, sorry. My bad. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Who's this?
It's Hunter again.
Oh, what's up, Hunter?
Nothing much. I just had the TV going and the, 2 streams, LOL.
Gotcha. All right. So, any particular thing you wanted to mention about Stan Lee?
I just think I loved all the cameos and everything he did. It was awesome, and just on now, and that really sucks because I didn't get to kind of witness what Stan Lee was,
That's a good point. There's a whole generation that doesn't even know, like, you only know him from the cameos, but we know him from his actual work, like, and even in some sense, in our generation, we don't even know him as the prime person he was, the editor-in-chief.
Like I said, he was 30, 39, 40 when he, blew up with the Marvel stuff, so...
And I read his work, his newspaper strips. So I used to read his writing, some of his writing in the newspaper strip, but mainly by the time I got into Spider-Man, there were already other editors doing his work, that stuff. So it's interesting.
So the newspaper strips were written by him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are, and they still were up until a few years ago.
Because they were published. I remember growing up in. I'm from New York, so in the Daily News or New York, I can't remember which of the newspapers, but they were. I remember they were there. Yeah.
Interesting. I
didn't realize he wrote those.
Cool, dude. Hunter, any of what is your favorite of all the cameos you've seen? Do you have a favorite one?
I have a couple actually.
Go for it.
I didn't see like the ones that are at the end so far because I haven't seen Venom yet.
Right.
But I like the Age of Ultron one because that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to remember, but I think because there's a lot of them, I'd have to go with the Thor one because that was really, I think that was the first one he really stood out, you know.
Thor 2 or the first?
Thor 1. When he was in the pickup truck.
First.
Okay, yeah. Got it. Yeah. I got you. Cool, man.
Because in that way, it's just, I think it had a little more personality to it, and that, like you said for the Deadpool one, it was like the situations it made it shine brighter.
Yes, absolutely. No, I agree with you, especially in that MC. I mean, if we even had to break down the cameos by phases, MCU phase 1, phase 2, whatever. Yeah, there's different ones as well. So that's crazy, man. Very interesting.
You know what's even more crazy is if you link this to Scott Wilson, Herschel.
Okay.
He died, and it was surreal seeing him on Rick's final episode, but it just makes me think all these people, like, it just shows how much the world has changed, you know, and the world moving forward.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Well, I mean, it'll be kind of interesting because we're going to next Marvel movie we're gonna get is actually Miss Marvel, so that'll be the
Captain.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Captain Marvel, whatever, man, shit. Captain Marvel, and that might have some effect for the Stan Lee cameo, but I think the real one we're gonna remember the most will probably be Avengers 4, because everybody fucking dying anyway.
And you know it's crazy when we see him in these upcoming pre-recorded, cameos. It's just gonna. Just a little bit.
It all depends if it's done in comedy or if it's done in series. Now, if they had that Spider-Man 3 cameo, oh fuck, man, people would be losing it.
Yeah.
In the theater with like that. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Well, Hunter, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much.
I had one more question and then I just freaking forgot it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure
later. It's fine.
I got in, because it's important. I gotta be a part of the Dreaded Nation.
Word, thank you so much. Well,
definitely.
If you remember, put it in.
You deserve it.
Thank you. If you remember the question, put it in the chat. I'll try to answer it.
I promise.
All right, man. Later, Hunter.
Excelsior!
All right, guys, we are winding down a little bit. We'll take a few more calls, and then we've been going strong for about 2 hours here. We had our pizza. Now it's time for that itis. That itis is kicking in. Yeah, I'm not necessarily wrong. I know what I said, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But no, it's all good. Shit. There's only one Captain Marvel to me.
Yeah. So, let me I wrote something down.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
buy a comic. That's all I gotta say. Buy and read a comic. You know, for Stan. That's important because apparently comic book sales aren't as good as they used to be. You know what I mean? Like, let's support the industry that he created.
I mean, he didn't create the comic, but he helped pioneer it into.
Yeah.
But that also, in some sense, he pioneered other forms of entertainment, animation, and all that. I just think the medium of comics is kind of a deader medium of anything. So.
Well, I don't buy new shit.
Right.
I only buy like old stuff, like old paperbacks and hard covers. Yeah.
I understand. Comics Plus, what is up? Who's this?
What up, Akasan, and what up, Terry?
What's up? Who's this?
It's JK, man.
JK, how you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm as good as anyone else can be right now.
All things considered, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was a rough couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's like, I'm still, like, it feels like yesterday, and I know it's been like only 2 days, but it feels like yesterday when we found out that he died, and believe me, when that happened, my heart kind of sank.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, if you caught my stream before, I just woke up in the middle of the night and I knew something was wrong. And when I checked my phone, like only 36 seconds had passed, and information was already on Twitter about Stan Lee dying, and so I knew something was up. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
Right. I remember I saw that stream. You had woke up and you saw the information.
Yeah. It really sucks to see that happen, but as expected at the same time. It was bound to happen sooner than later. And honestly, I think if anything, at least I'm glad it's happening. That sounds wrong, but the timing is this is probably the right timing, if anything, because I wouldn't want this to be overshadowed by Christmas, Thanksgiving, because when that happens, nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff anymore. New Year's, Black Friday, the Avengers trailer that's probably going to be dropping fairly soon, things like that. I feel like if anything, now was probably the best time to peace out, so we all have time to have these conversations and talk about it. If usually on Thursdays I do this live call-in show just to talk about comic news, and I didn't really have anything to really talk about. So, I think if anything, at least Stan did us one more favor and gave us one more gift of giving us a convenient time to grieve. So,
True, but it's like, I understand, because ever since we heard that, he was getting sick and all that stuff, we knew it was coming, but it's just, how it's still hard even though it happens.
Yeah.
It's just like, and especially with him, it's like, no one expected him to go. I mean, he was an icon. He was a role model for multiple people, not just with the characters that he created, which I really enjoy all the characters he created. Like, Spider-Man, thanks to him, I found an icon to look up to. But it wasn't just the characters that he created, it was his personality as well. It's the type of person that he was. He didn't do this for the money. He did this for the fans because he felt happy knowing that what he did was able to reach out to a larger audience.
Absolutely. And I also think that's respects to Marvel for the most part for being able to still keep the integrity of that Peter Parker Spider-Man character that you can pick up a Spider-Man comic from 40 years ago and pick up one today, and then for the most part the character has still stayed the same, whereas you can pick up a Superman comic and a Batman comic and you can see where the character has kind of definitively changed a bit, or has gotten smarter or wiser or whatever. Like, they try to maybe make him way too much of a symbol now. So I kind of, I think that's kind of cool that we still, even in today's game, we still have, like, I have never really seen the voice actors portray, like, that's actually a really good point. Like, I've never actually seen people argue about, sometimes, but generally speaking, we don't really see people, like, arguing about, like, well, I felt this Spider-Man in this series was the true Spider-Man, and you know, right? We don't have this argument the same way we have with Batman and Superman, and
there's fidelity throughout all of the incarnations.
That's actually, so I think they did a really good job like that in keeping the integrity of what Stan Lee has created. And we don't have those arguments. We might say who's a better actor at playing Peter Parker, but overall the characters are all there, man. Maybe except for even with Amazing Spider-Man, I still feel like for the most part Spider-Man and Peter was there. So yeah,
like the character never really changed. Like, I have some comics actually from the past there, and even the ones of recent, and the character definitely stayed the same with that Parker Luck.
Yeah.
Hell, even in the video games.
Yes, exactly. Like I was saying earlier, this motherfucker put on his costume and it reeked as hell and shit. But he's
and these are things that we don't even think about, you know, in regards to superheroing. You know, we don't have we all don't have Alfred to, you know, sew up our shit and launder it for us, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I remember in Spider-Man 2, Raimi's one, the scene where he's doing his laundry, and, you know, he's at the laundromat with, you know, getting his suit out, you know, like, just a little
thing.
Everything turned all pink.
Right. He's like, everything turned out like red and blue or something. And he's like, what are you doing with the laundry? He's like, I'm washing the American flag. And it was like, you don't wash the American. That's so unpatriotic. Like, you don't wash the American flag? Like, it was really good. Like, those are little things like that. I think
wash the damn stars out.
Right. I was like, you know, I agree. Like, I think it works really well. So I'm glad that integrity, and they definitely keep Peter Parker. Another thing is they keep that motherfucker New York. Like, they keep him like in New York. He's got that attitude all the time. You know, he's in the boroughs or whatever of Queens, but he's still in there. So that's good. He's a New Yorker. Yeah. But I'm from LA, so whatever. It's like whatever.
That's what I liked about Marvel. Like, I lived, you know, like Stan Lee used to, everything was, he based it all around where he lived. And I think maybe that's why I gravitated to it more than DC. Like, I always used to say as a kid, like, where's Gotham City? Like, it's not a real city.
Nah. Right.
Well, woke up to New Jersey, so.
So, yeah.
Word, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you for calling in.
And no problem. Hopefully we all can grieve in our own ways about this. I'm actually working on a way of honoring Stan Lee right now in the form of some art, so hopefully I can get done with that soon.
Yeah.
Hit it up to me on Twitter, and I'll pass it around for sure.
I love the pictures that's been coming out.
All right.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Cool. All right, guys, we'll take about two or three more calls. Hunter asked, did they have Stan do a bunch of cameos for movies that haven't been announced yet? I'm going to say no.
I don't know, yeah.
Nah, because usually when they're already, like, when they film, when they're filming a Marvel movie, because they go into production.
Yes.
So that's about it, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago when they announced that they were filming, you know, the scenes, in my mind I thought, wait, are they just shooting like a bunch of scenes that people can write around, or are they for particular films?
And here's a good question. Do you guys think that they should should somebody else take over the cameo type of role in Marvel movies? And on top of that, do you think they should try to include Stan Lee in a different way? Like Deadpool 2 did it. They put a billboard of him. Should they put Stan Lee in a newspaper? Should they make a CG version of him sometimes? Like little things like that.
I'm with the artwork, newspaper, mural thing.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion.
Cool. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, wait, is this the same dude that was on the call before?
Yeah, I don't think you hung up.
Yes. I don't think you got hung up.
Oh, my bad, dude. All right, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace, dude. This time I will hang up on you.
Yeah, like for example, in the
Comics Plus, what's up?
Oh, he's on?
Go ahead. No, somebody else.
In the Marvel Netflix shows, I think his picture is just in the background of the police station. You know.
Ah, you're right. It is. Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Like, you know.
That's cool. Hologram. What's up, Comics Plus? Goodbye.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hello?
Hi. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Hi, I'm Red Lego Guy. I'm in the chat, I think.
Oh, Red Lego. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, I'm from Indiana.
Oh, cool. What's up? Yeah.
And nothing much. It's been a rough few days because of Stanley passing away, I mean.
Right.
But, yeah. It was
You doing all right?
very hard for me. What?
You're doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I mean, we all have our own way of grieving, and it was very upsetting for me when I heard he passed away.
Right.
It's actually funny how I found out, but yeah, it was still upsetting.
Oh, really? How did you find out?
So, I was at school, like the day he passed away. I was watching YouTube, and my phone texted me, and the one thing he said was in all caps, fuck. And I was like, well, why would he say this? And then, of course, he sent a news thing saying Stanley was dead. But it was just, well, it had to be important because he said that.
Right.
But,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was even big news in internationally. Like everybody, and for me, it felt like this huge, just long day because America, our American time zone, they were grieving. Everybody was grieving around that time. Then Japan wakes up, and everybody in Japan is grieving over it, and it just felt like this long fucking day.
Yeah.
For me, it was really hard. Yeah. Really hard.
Because they really love him over here.
Oh, yeah, they love him a lot out here. Yeah. That was crazy.
Interesting because he wasn't on the bill for
Tokyo Comic Con?
Tokyo Comic Con.
This year?
Yeah.
Probably because of
Yeah, I'm glad, you know, because
Yeah.
it would have sucked to say sorry.
Fuck, what if he died in Japan? That'd be some fucking crazy shit. Like, what if he, like, died while he was out here? Like, people start hating Japan and shit or something
conspiracy
like that.
theories and shit.
Yeah,
like.
right. Like, fuck, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Fucking with that knot, though. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Well, cool, man. Any particular favorite Stan Lee moment?
I suppose mine is mostly when he was inspirational. Those are usually my favorite cameos or things he's done. I mean, of course, I love the Tony Stank line, and that was pretty funny.
Tony Stank?
But,
yeah.
Yeah. But I loved the 90s cartoon when he made that appearance.
Right.
A lot. Also, his line from Spider-Man 3, I know that was a very good movie, but...
Man, it's amazing how that movie's getting respect now.
No, nobody respects the movie. Nobody respects the movie, but everybody respects that line now. Yeah. Well, I guess one man can make a difference. Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you for calling in.
No problem. I enjoy watching your videos.
Thank you so much. We'll get through this together, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, dude. Yeah. There's always Netflix and the Disney streaming service coming soon. Yeah. We'll be all right.
I hope he may. Yeah. I hope he at least has a cameo in Into the Spider-Verse.
That's a good question, actually. You know, they have time they have time to throw one more scene. I'm sure they do.
I'm looking forward to it.
If he's in fucking Teen Titans Go, they gotta put him into the Spider-Verse. You know?
It's already in the can. It has to be.
Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be done. It's gotta be. I'm sure it will. Wow, that actually might be the first Marvel property to have him show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it. That's actually even more appropriate. It is spider related. Very interesting. Well, cool, man. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Talk to you later.
Thanks. Have a good rest of your week.
You too. Peace, man.
I'll be in Sendai when that comes out, so I'm probably going to have to catch it the next weekend.
Okay. Actually, I have Teen Titans Go, the movie. I should watch it soon. Yeah.
You have a Blu-ray?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. I think we're wrapping up, guys. That is it with the calls. It looks like we're coming up really quick on ending this up. Ending it. It seems. One more. Last call. It's unknown, so we'll see what's up. Comics Plus, what's up? Who's this?
Yo, Akasan, what's up, man? This is Deshaun.
Hey,
What's
Deshaun.
going on, Deshaun?
What's up? What up, man? Jersey, right?
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
What'd you say?
Jersey, right?
Yeah, Jersey. How'd you? Oh, you remember me?
Yeah. You're the freestyle dude, right?
Oh shit.
Oh man, yeah, yo, I'm sorry about that.
It's all good, man. Nah.
I have anxiety issues.
Did he give you his mixtape?
I don't fully control it yet, but I'm almost there.
You're getting every call, man. It gets better. It's all good. Every call, it gets better. And it's look at it this way. It's still, we're not making fun of you either. It's still, but it is entertaining as hell every time you call. So it's all good. And everybody liked your freestyle last time, so it's all good.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. Just that, you inspire me so much. I know that sounds weird as hell, but you do, man. And I just get nervous.
I understand, man. You don't need to. I'm the same dude on camera and off camera.
And I can attest to that because I used to watch Akasan's videos before I moved to Japan, and so I was just nervous too when I first met him. We went to see Planet of the Apes.
Was it Planet of the Apes first time?
Yeah, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I attract a lot of black guys as my fans. Every time I meet up with most of my fans, it's usually tall black guys. Actually, there's two of them named Terry, believe it or not. Yeah, and they always have beards too. I don't know what that is. Yeah. But nah, and then we got Deshaun over here. I don't know if you black, but you sound black, so it's all good, man. I mean, could you imagine if you were a white dude?
Nah.
There are some.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm white actually.
Get the fuck out! Really?
Yeah, I'm a white boy.
Oh shit! Damn, dude.
Okay.
Oh, see, that's somebody I need to add to my squad, anyways. Just a white dude named Deshaun.
I was gonna say we know Josh.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope in itself. So this is Terry and this is Deshaun, son. Like that. But it's okay.
Well, I just grew up. I honestly just grew up. I mean, not that hip hop is just black people. Black people, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Black people, jazz and blues and rock. But that being said, I grew up, in the hood. So, all my life, it just grew on me. And nobody thinks I'm trying to act a certain way. I really was always this way since I was a kid. So
Yeah.
I was always obsessed with black culture and stuff. So. That's probably why you thought I was black. But thank you.
It's funny because if you ask me, I don't believe in black culture. I think black culture is American culture. You know what I mean? It just depends on where you were born. Essentially, you just your inflections, the way you speak.
I agree.
I hate the separating.
Right.
But I do understand. I do get it.
Especially on the East Coast, they're that's one thing I noticed about when I went to New York a few weeks ago was there's dude, I saw gay dudes, drag queens, white guys, Italian guys, black dudes, Mexicans, all in this one little ass area of Jersey, and I'm like, this is crazy, man. This is fucking crazy. So yeah, I agree with that as well.
It's funny. I really do miss it, man, because especially when you hear a guy like
Deshaun,
it's being in Japan and Italy, it's like fuck, man.
Right. Well, cool, man. Deshaun, staying on topic, anything about Stan Lee you wanted to throw in there?
Man, of course, man. You know, Stan Lee, just kind of remember him a little bit, just like everybody else. I ain't got really like a unique story. He just influenced me. He touched me like everybody.
Right.
Part of my childhood. First thing I played was oh man, what was that game called? Shit, I forgot. It was one of the bootleg Incredible Hulk games or something like that. But,
right.
It was one of those.
Ultimate Destruction?
Probably Ultimate Destruction. Yeah, it was probably some shit like that. Yeah, just throwing shit around that gets bored.
He was in that?
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
But Stanley, you know, like everybody, I grew up, you know, I'm 27, so I grew up, you know, watching Toonami, Cartoon Network, and it was always Marvel, the cartoons I used to always watch a lot as a kid, too, you know. But it's just funny how death changes people, because my friend was an obsessed DC fan, and you know when Stanley was going around kind of like trolling DC at a certain time, like playing around with them and stuff. Y'all remember that?
You know, you're talking about when he made comics based on DC characters?
Nah, like maybe 2-3 years ago, you know, they would ask him a question about DC. You know, he always be joking about how Superman's boring and stuff like that.
Okay. I vaguely remember that, where he was talking about how does Superman fly, but Thor flies. He uses perpetual energy from Mjolnir. Like, like I remember those videos. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But he actually did do a few DC comics, actually.
But you know what? I really do respect like his ability to give his opinion without actually being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there are other creators that would, you know, be not as delicate, but he's calling it like it is. Like
I remember when they wanted him to make Spider-Man gay, and he was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." But he was like, "Yo, he was like, if you want a gay Spider-Man, there's gonna be a gay Spider-Man somewhere out there in the multiverse or whatever." And he's like, "I'm sure there's something for," but he's like, "But my core Spider-Man, those are his principles of where he is now."
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you know, it's at the end of the day, like he was doing it in a playful way. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, yo, these are fictional characters. Like, we're talking about like real life people. Like, it's okay to joke. You know.
Word for reals. Well, right on, Deshaun.
Yeah.
Anything? Did you have anything else? Did you have a rap for Stan Lee?
Oh man.
Memorial rap.
I don't. I just was gonna say, yo, how like death changes people. Like my friend who's a DC fan forever, he hated Stan Lee with a passion, and today he's going out and buying all Marvel comics.
Really?
And I was just like, yeah, and I was like, yo, it's just funny how death changes people. How it like, you know, turns you into a different person. You know, like I personally, man, you know, he lived so long, so I was cool with it. But y'all probably don't know who this is, but I was the hardest celebrity deaths I dealt with was probably like Prince and Phife Dawg. Y'all know who Phife Dawg is?
Phife Dawg.
No, I don't. I know Prince,
Is
but
this some New York dude?
He's in a Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Excuse
shit.
me, I'm terrible. Damn.
Yeah, only Wait, his name is Q-Tip also?
Nah. He's in a group of Q-Tip called Tribe Called
Quest. Yeah, I know
Quest.
Tribe Called Quest, but I didn't know the members other than Q-Tip. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody really like knows him unless you like super deep hip hop nerds. But you know, he was definitely influential though. But you know what? Now that you said it, Akasan, I'm gonna try to rap something. You know,
all right.
I'm feeling good.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Like you made me feel a little better, so I'm gonna try it out.
All right. Yeah. That's how we close. That's how we closing it out, guys.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Deshaun on the mic, doing the damn thing for Stan Lee. All right. Anytime.
Oh, I'm nervous, man.
Nah, don't. It's all good.
Right. Yo. Red Nation in the house. Stan Lee representing comments in your mouth. Stan Lee is the best, the greatest ever, and you ever seven and never clever. Akasan is the truth with Terry speaking knowledge inside the phone booth. Yeah, they in Japan, black men, beautiful and strong in every way in the sense. Yeah, Stan Lee, fuck all DC Comics. Yeah, Stan Lee, fuck all DC Comics. Yeah, Stan Lee, fuck all DC Comics. Yeah, Stan Lee, fuck all
DC Comics. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Bam, bam. That was hot, man.
That was good.
That was really good.
I did it.
You did it, bro. You did it, bro. You did it, bro. All right, man. Have a good night, man. Oh, he bounced already. He does that sometimes.
Fuck all DC.
Fuck all DC Comics. Fuck all DC Comics. I didn't. You didn't see that coming. Yeah. Wow. Wow. He said, "Don't sleep on DC, boy." I don't know why he went there, but he just brought that energy. So I was like, "Damn, where'd that hate come from?" Oh shit, where'd that hate come from? Shit, dude, could you? Damn, dude. But he does that. Actually, that's the first time he didn't drop his flow halfway and just start breathing heavy and then leave.
Yeah, okay.
Like the last 3 times he's done that. And so this time I thought it was going to be like that. But he actually finished it and then he bounced anyways.
Yeah.
So
you 27 years old. Stop being nervous. All right? You're good. You're good. You know,
he's good. He gets better every time, actually. Yeah. He gets better every time. Oh man, Clover, our ex-lover, you just missed Deshaun call in with his freestyle rap. He actually did it, man. That was actually his best one, man. Shit.
The flow with the knowledge.
The flow with the knowledge. All right, guys. Hey, we're gonna get on out of here. I appreciate everybody that called in today. If you, Terry doesn't necessarily have any social media that you guys can follow unless you.
I'm only on Instagram, so follow it at Wilzmad, WILZMAD.
If you like, nothing comic related or anything like that. He's not really a professional.
Yeah, it's just
influencer
the
or
life
something.
Of me.
Yeah. So he just comes on in and. He's free sometimes on Thursdays, and last week he wanted to try Red Dead Redemption. I finally started to get into the game a lot more finally, but maybe it's time to burn this one up. I mean, not burn it. Start this one up again and see what's up. I might stream the game if you guys want to join with me on Twitch. I will make an announcement if I'm going to be streaming this on Twitch. I want to see what the hell is going on with Arrow, if it ever uploaded or not. I'm going to check with my editor because I want to get that one out to you guys as well. But we'll take it from there. Fuck DC Comics! That's in my head now. Damn, dude. All right, guys. We're going to get on out of here. And like I said, I'll make an announcement if we're going to stream on Twitch. Terry, we'll do Terry plays Spider-Man or something like that.
And it'll be, I don't play video games, so that'll be interesting. I mean, I'm old school, so I know how to use a PlayStation, but not next gen shit.
No shit, really?
Yeah. The only games I play are like Telltale games.
Right,
and
they're going out of business. Yeah.
I'm too casual, you know.
Yeah.
So.
So we might just do that. I might start a new game just for him. Yeah, I might start a new game just for him on Twitch, and if the stream is fairly good, I'll upload it to the YouTube channel. Maybe that'll work. That might work. That might work. Yeah, we'll see. Wait, Arrow? Oh, sorry, Flash. I'm waiting for Flash. That's the one I'm waiting for. Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna get on out of here one more time for Stan the Man Lee. Excelsior, my friends. Put your fist in the air and to your heart. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Excelsior!